All right, we're back here with map number 3. Party Astronauts and MIBR trading the opponent's map picks as Party Astronauts took Dust 2 off of MIBR, and then MIBR took Inferno off of the Party Astronauts. In fact, in very clean fashion, MIBR was just the better team in pretty much every way. I want to say on Inferno, aside from a few hiccups at the beginning, they really settled into things. So let's see if the Party Astronauts can come out on top on a map that can favor them. They lost the knife round, though, and that means MIBR got the start on CT side, and Jota already gets the opening frag into the round. Then the second. I mean, Pwn couldn't even cycle around to find that trade.
Yeah, no refrag potential there for PwnAlone, and now the rotations are already down towards B as well. Bomb can go down back, Silo, but Cello's picked up one more. At the very least, the plant comes through for Party Astronauts, and Viz and Ben will add a couple of consolations. But it's all down to Viz now. They know exactly where he's coming from. Runs into one on ramp, has a long-range duel on Silo, wins that, has a 1v1 on the ramp, runs out of ammunition as this is opponent exit, and now there's an opportunity, gets a dink on the Jota? How does he get the dink on the Jota? He's aiming an exit! I don't know how that works. He still loses the round anyways, but Viz made that one, at the very least, a possibility for the Party Astronauts.
Yeah, they had already defused, right? So at the end, he's just trying to get frags and get some more money in his pocket, but it was tough because they knew where he was, like you mentioned, and then they just had to stick to the defusal. There was nothing Viz could really do, but at the very least, the Party Astronauts sneak a bomb plant through, so that's the good news. That means they'll be able to buy up the AK that Ben has in his hands, 3 Galils, and the Scouts, so not too shabby here for the Party Astronauts, who are very effective on their T side of Nuke when they're playing solid Counter-Strike, which wasn't really the case on Inferno. So I'm a bit concerned for them, I have to say. MIBR, it's great to see them recover from that Dust 2 loss and really bring it to the Party Astronauts, trying to end their undefeated streak at 6. MIBR do have the opening frag once more, as mentioned. 3 Galils and an AK still remaining for the Party Astronauts, but they don't really have a path forward. Perhaps to the B side. Here we go. Yeah, they have 4 players down the ramp in towards the B side. 1 player waiting here. That's Cello, and he's just probably going to hide in these double doors. No, decides to peek it and gets a frag against DJ and takes Viz down to 20. That makes it a 5v3, and the information gain for MIBR. We're going to rotate reinforcements down to support here. Likely going to be another bomb plant, though, for the Party Astronauts, and it is. Will it be around victory? Well, that's another question.
There's not a lot of utility now. There's no Ben Leet here to fight 20 HP Viz, and John G gets backstabbed. Jota comes in to help out save the day. Only 2 casualties rather for MIBR, keeping 3 alive. They'll upgrade to full rifles as well. Woody should be able to get rid of that MP9 for a Galil or an M4 or some sort of gun. They're looking for the AK, and it has been found. So the M4A1 will be tossed over to Woody, and Jota should swap over to the A1S. Will do so. MIBR will win 2 rounds in a row. Party Astronauts came into that round with such a lack of utility that it really made that take so impossible. Cello was able to get that kill plus the damage, and it really did make things too hard for Party Astronauts to really make anything out of. So they'll go for a half buy now. Some Tech 9s, a P250 on 2 players as well, with plenty of utility. But this is a round MIBR should be able to put in their back pocket. They'll do their best to do just that. A pop coming through at the very least, postured from Party Astronauts. Molotov will not be extinguished fully by the smoke. We'll see if they can make this A pop work. The read is here though for MIBR. They're all ready for this, and they've already got the opener.
Yeah. Shutting down PwnAlone was pretty good for MIBR, but the Party Astronauts make an adjustment. They head towards the ramp room, which is vulnerable should they be able to overload Cello, but he falls down onto the ramp itself, gets 1, 2, maybe a third. No, there's DJ finding Cello. It's the B site open, and a 3rd consecutive plant at the very least going to come through for the Party Astronauts. Viz could find one on Turtle, but misses most of his shots, swings around and can't finish the deal. Turtle survives 15 HP. At least the bomb, as mentioned, will get planted. DJ in a very tough 1v4, and he leaves the site proper. Here's all the footsteps coming onto it. They have to have isolated his position at this point, and yeah, I think Jota's just watching towards the doors. He is, and he finishes DJ off. Jota is now at 5-0, 3-0 for MIBR, and what I want to say for Jota is last map was really strong for him. Ended up with 16 frags and a 102.9 ADR, dealing so much damage and helping Cello and setting him up, in fact, for 20 frags and 83.8 ADR, and Cello also led the way with a 1.51 rating. All right, so I mean, good news for the party astronauts here, Austin, is they're finding the gaps. They're getting the bomb plants. The bad news is they're not putting themselves in a very good position once they get on to that post plant.
Yeah, party astronauts, though, need to keep themselves in good health for those post plants. They haven't exactly been doing a good job of that. And John G's going to take the early damage so far. 89 HP to his name. No op yet for Woody. But yeah, Jota was on fire on Inferno and already heating up quite well here. What comes to mind is that AK2 tap from Mini Pit that pretty much sealed Party Astronauts' fate on that map. Slow and steady from PA, though, as they're working around. Very methodical, not exactly going for anything too aggressive. The smoke will allow Jota to get out, and he's actually going to use that as a bit of a one-way. It's a nice little play there, but if he does get caught... Oh, there's a massive gap in the garage smoke, too. I don't know what exactly is going on with the utility outside. John G's ready for the play in the smoke, but it still seems to be Party Astronauts looking very lost in what they're doing right now. And if you look at how much time they've taken off the clock for basically minimal map control, it's going to be very messy when they eventually make their move. It's a mini split or even a hell wrap, but Turtle's got the first in from Mini, and Woody out from back credits is going to get taken down. John G will advance through Unbreakable, but it's still going to be a tough A-site take as time is ticking and the rotations are already here.
Yeah, Turtle tucking into his shell there, going into Vent Cubby. And he's going to get mollied out of that position very shortly, but he still managed to find Viz before burning to an itty-bitty crisp, and he helps his team get out to a 3v1 advantage. PwnAlone is just scratching his head, wondering what the heck just happened, and he falls back with the op. We'll save it into the next round, but MIBR, wow, pretty dominant start here over on Nuke, 4-0. Pwn just trying to find exits. They really want to take him down and get that op out of his hands, but Pwn is no slouch, gets the no-scope, could even find himself a 3K here. No, okay. At least saving the op. Nice little demonstration put on by PwnAlone with the big green. But at the end of the day, it's still MIBR up 4-0.
It's a good, strong half so far.
Yeah, sorry, Austin. I just wanted to mention, of course, again, the Party Astronauts very strong on this map in the last 3 months. 13 games played, 10 wins, only 3 losses, and a plus 70 round differential. Their T side usually pretty strong in the opening moments. It's off to a bit of a rough start. And again, I think this goes back to Inferno, right? When their T side wasn't really faring that well, something's not clicking for them.
And it didn't look good on Dust 2 either.
Yeah.
Their T side has not looked good at all this night, and they have played a boatload of Counter-Strike recently. Back-to-back RMR qualifiers, ECL. There's been a lot of games on the road here for the Party Astronauts that they've had to go through. But right now, there's either some major fatigue or whatever's going on with them. They'll have to figure out very quickly. They fly to Pro League in 2 days. And right now, we see 3 picks going over the price of 1 for MIBR. Exit getting tagged down out towards Hut. But DJ and PwnAlone with a very tall task, as they are going to try to at the very least get a bomb plant, but Jota's still guarding that B side, and Woody's got an angle from L. Jota's got that first, though. That's PwnAlone to fall. And DJ, what can he do from this position? Not much. A couple of kills would do good to thin out the CT economy, but that's about as good as he can hope. Right now, that's a nice shot. Takes out the op from Woody. And he actually finds Jota, too. Now there's a B-side bomb plant that can come through here. He even plants the Astralis plant. The smoke will go out on site. And DJ will plant in that smoke instead. Exit's made his way down to double doors, and he will not spam. Now he will! But he just about outlines DJ, who tucks back towards ramp around that smoke, using it as a one-way. Tags down Turtle. If DJ pulls off this 1v4, it's going to be the ace clutch for him. Has a flash. They know where he is. He flashes in, but they've not tapped the bomb just yet. They're still working. They're waiting for that smoke to fade. They're both towards silos, and they're both down to 1 HP. They're both in the red. DJ can do this. DJ can win it all, but he has to play this smart. He jumps. They're not on the bomb. He swings. He's got another, but the time, it's there for Exit. It's a big duel won by Exit, but DJ makes this one expensive. The bomb plant means another buy can come forth to the Party Astronauts.
That is so well played from DJ. Isolates 2 1v1s for himself. Surprised that MIBR didn't try to get that trade in after the first man goes down, but still they were in tough positions. So I think it's just DJ playing really well, finding himself the space into that B site and almost clutching it out. His utility usage was on point. He was playing very well in that clutch situation, but his shots were not connecting on the heads as he would have hoped, and MIBR do manage to salvage that. It was very, very close. Still keeping the Party Astronauts off the board, and PA buying into this round. They're trying to go for the quick A pop, and it's just not going their way at all. Turtle gets a couple. PwnAlone finally breaks on through, but they've only got one left now as he is dropped, and Ben will find only one before burning alive in the Molotov of Woody. That was a very quick round. The Party Astronauts tried to catch MIBR in their heels, but MIBR were ready and waiting to greet them.
Yeah, it's a fast-paced play from Party Astronauts, but they are just walled off by MIBR. PA calling this timeout here. And of course, they should be calling a timeout, but it seems that nothing is working on their T sides. MIBR with a full read of how PA like to play. And, well, they're definitely going to have to go to the drawing board after this matchup tonight. Yeah, it's their last match in ECL, so there is that. They don't have to worry about this anymore. But the thing is, again, they fly to Pro League in 2 days. There's not a lot of time to prep.
Yeah, and they already qualified for playoffs, right?
Oh, yeah,
in ECL. And also, this is another thing to consider. If they actually manage to make playoffs for EPL, they might not even come back for the playoffs here in ECL. I don't know. Because I saw a tweet, I think it was by Joe, their coach, saying that ECL playoffs are a maybe, so they're not 100% committed to necessarily coming back. Maybe they'll just say, you know what, we're staying in Europe. We're going to keep on going on with a boot camp here and try to get better and better to move forward. So who knows? There's a lot of question marks for the Party Astronauts right now. But at the very least, aside from the fact that these last 2 maps haven't looked that great for them, it is trending well overall in terms of the big picture. Oh, boy. Just a lucky spam through the smoke connects on Viz's head, and Viz just probably shaking his own, saying, what the heck, man? Nothing is going our way.
Nothing is going the way of the Party Astronauts. That's the other problem. It's a very vicious cycle when you're in a situation like this. Nothing ends up working for you. It just continues to get worse and worse. The mental continues to get worse and worse. It's hard to recover, but that's a nice one from DJ, who's really been the star man so far on Nuke for Party Astronauts. They'll go for the boost-up play again, but it's Turtle to counter that, traded back by PwnAlone, and he'll have the AK fall into his lap. There's still an M4A1 down for Ben to recover as well. John J already has one picked up. Ben will rotate around, and he'll go for that M4 double door, but it's a 3v3 and still a very winnable situation for either side. Rotation's not really here. Cello's mollied out of the dark copy. He's got a spray forward, though, and he is finished off. Damage dealt onto Ben, though. That'll make it easier for Exit and Woody to make this round converted in the favor of MIBR. John G cut off Will by Exit. Ben is low, and PwnAlone back towards Cubby. 2v2. Nade for Exit can put Ben to bed very quickly. Open plant is a problem for Woody, but he spotted out the kneecaps of Ben, and he's given them the good old-fashioned bat treatment. Taps the bomb, knows where PwnAlone is, he can't convert the spray, and Woody will win the Oppler's rifle duel. No kit, no problem. 7-0 in favor of MIBR.
That's a round you really need if you're the Party Astronauts. Sure, I mean, they keep the economy honest here for MIBR with those 3 frags, but the score is just catching up to them so very quickly. 7-0. MIBR, one more round, and they've already taken this first half. Well, Party Astronauts, they are getting a lot of bomb plants, so that's good news for their economy. That means they're going to have 4 AKs, the op, and full utility going into this round, but still, that was one they really had in the palm of their hand. Let it slip away. Utility is going to be thrown on both ends here at Outer Yard. It looks like it's going to be a stalemate. No one really winning this engagement, and MIBR still have one posted up. That's Jota waiting at Secret, and Woody is retreating back towards CT, not taking as aggressive of a position, but you do have the player in Mini who could rotate around and support. 1:26 on the clock. Party Astronauts looking for that outer yard control. Just have Jota. I say just, but he has been really strong here for MIBR.
Yeah, he has, and really everybody on MIBR has showed up to play today. We've had great moments from Jota, Woody, Turtle, Cello, and Exit, everyone pulling their weight for the MIBR squad, and that's a big reason to their success in this matchup too. Exit's had some very good clutch plays. Cello's just lasering people through smokes and without smokes and with good utility usage. Turtle's had some great plays as well, buying time. Woody's hit some nutty shots. Op, scout, doesn't matter. He's on form as well, and overall MIBR are just having themselves a very good night in the sun. Or I guess I should say the full moon. There's this pick for Party Astronauts. Finally something goes their way in the initial.
But look how much time they have left, and they don't really have enough map control to go for anything solid, so they're going to have to just try and take this A site off of very little information. 25 seconds remaining. At least they have Heaven now. We'll have to drop on a couple of players, but Turtle getting DJ spells trouble. Then he finds the second on Janji. Viz is going to get one, but he's only one of two players left, and he might be by his lonesome soon, or Pwn will be. Yeah, there you go. Viz, last one standing, 1v3, tries to stick the plant and could very well do it. Nope, just barely misses, hitting bomb to dirt, and that's going to be 8-0 in favor of MIBR. What a hot start for them, but we can't forget that it was 8-0 in favor of the Party Astronauts on Dust 2, and MIBR made quite the comeback on Dust 2, almost came back to win that one, but PA had enough left in the tank to secure it. So still far from over. There's still a lot of Counter-Strike left to be played. It's just that the way this is trending, Austin, going back to Inferno, how the Party Astronauts fell flat both on their CT side and T side of map they typically are very strong on, and coming out here not finding a single round in the opening 8, I'm not feeling good if I'm them, right?
Yeah, I'm not feeling good if I'm them either. And really, if you think about this as a graph, it goes straight up, gets a little rocky, and then it's just been a downward spike for the Party Astronauts that really is becoming very hard for them to recover from. They've gotten a little opening damage onto Jota this round, but again, it's not old Nuke. If this is 2015 Nuke, 2016 Nuke's like, yeah, sure, 8-0 CT start, that's expected. Nowadays, a 9-6 is not exactly the best of halves to get on your T side anymore. You can do better at an 8-7. They're going to walk into Cello, who's going to send a couple down the river. And a couple will rotate in towards U-Haul as well. Cello, though, will strike for one more and make it himself. A nice little hat trick. PwnAlone finally trades it, but there's nowhere for Party Astronauts to go. MIBR are swallowing them up, and they are suffocating this team. There's no oxygen. And when there's no room to breathe, it's very hard to make a play.
Yeah, someone's got to light a fire under the Party Astronauts' feet here. They have to be that spark. PwnAlone is going to grab that bomb and move his way into the B site. Throws a smoke, so it's going to give away his position. Jota is just eager to throw a smoke of his own, but I think he missed it. Wanted to get that on the site proper. I'm not sure it's going to matter at all because Turtle is going to drop Janji, and PwnAlone immediately tries to retreat to the A site and exits saying, oh, hi. How you doing? Here's an AK bullet to the head. That will be that 9-0 in favor of MIBR. Party Astronauts still cannot find a round. They have the full loss bonus, so that will help them get a buy up here. And of course, the previous round was just a half buy with the pistols. Still, though, I think this is the timeout finally called by Party Astronauts.
I think so, yeah. I mean, this would make sense for them to call another, but at this point, too, is there really anything?
No.
MIBR timeout.
Excuse me, yes, and Party Astronauts did call a timeout, and I think MIBR also called a timeout here.
They double up here.
I mean, honestly, if I'm Party Astronauts, they called the one earlier, you're right. I would have called it immediately afterwards when they lose the 7th and just try to talk things over again, just to try and break that momentum, but they don't. They wait another 3 rounds, and I guess both teams calling timeouts. I'm not sure why MIBR does, because everything's going their way, but yeah.
I mean, maybe somebody had to go and like get a water or something, something just to stepped out for a second during the timeout. And they wanted to just give them a little more time, or they have just a read that they want to do here. Although they could just be also calming things down. All right, guys, focus up, keep on going, keep on playing the way we are because it's working right now. Don't get complacent. Complacency can kill, and Party Astronauts are a very lethal team. You give them some momentum, and this team will get back up to the top. So MIBR have to be aware of that fact. They cannot give Party Astronauts anything to work with here when this team is almost down and out from the looks of things. So MIBR, maybe that's the call, just trying to make things a little bit more secured in terms of an overall victory by calling that secondary timeout.
PA really needs something here. Oh, no. Jota with the opening frag there. Janji not able to gain the space, and Viz comes out, gets the frag on exit. Then DJ follows up on Turtle, but MIBR just have the bodies again and again. The trades come through, and you see Woody's hightailing it out of here. He's trying to escape and does, just barely ahead of both Ben Lead and PwnAlone's crosshairs, and he'll fall back to join Cello on this B site. That could have been a difference maker if PA caught him out, but instead it is still the one-man edge here. Pwn spots out Cello. Nice little flick to even things out at a 2v2. Let's see if he can win the op v op duel versus Woody. They're not really going to clear out observation because they don't have to. The smoke has been thrown there. The thing is, they'll need to be careful of Woody trying to pop through this window, and they're aware of that. Keeping an eye on it. Woody just peering back and forth, looking for those last two targets. 40 seconds left. Party Astronauts really want to bait out a peek. They're not committing to the bomb plant yet. Of course, they know once they commit to it, they have to jump down and make the noise, which could trigger Woody to jump out and maybe find the frag before the bomb gets planted. Woody thinks they've rotated around. Oh, that's some great work from the Party Astronauts, convincing Woody that he had to go back to the A site. That will be the plant secured.
A plant secured, but is it going to be that first round? Woody's got that opening kill on the Ben lead. PwnAlone goes forward. Tech9 in hand will mow down the Opper, but Jota's the last one alive, and he is a deadly character as a nade as well. That nade can do a lot to damage PwnAlone and also obscure his vision, but time is going to become a factor quite quickly, and the fact that PwnAlone's gone into the back lines means there's a lot more places he can go. Jota drops, he taps the bomb. Molotov now to maybe force PwnAlone further back. Jota, he has to stick, he has to hold. PwnAlone's going, he's burning.
That's such a great Molotov.
Oh yeah, it is, but Jota's not taking the initiative. He's going to go forward now, but he doesn't have the time. It's all over.
He got caught
stuck
on
on the door. That's so unlucky for Jota, and Party Astronauts will luck their way into their first round on this map. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate.
Jeez.
It goes back to that Inferno Ninja Diffuse.
Yeah.
When Pwn had 1 HP.
Keep getting caught in the geometry here. That's a shame for Jota. He didn't even have to go for that frag. In fact, he could have stuck the bomb. I think he would have had it, but he decides to try and take down Pwn. And if he doesn't get caught in the door frame, I think it would have been close, but he probably would have had it. Man, first round on the board in a very, very strange way for the Party Astronauts, but they will certainly take it. 2 Galils and 3 AKs for them. Coming into this one, and MIBR, their money's starting to run out, so they need to be careful. MP9, in fact, for Turtle. 3 ONSs, and the big green in Woody's hands. Jota all over the tippy top of the smoke. Gets one, could find himself a second as well, but Ben, luckily for him, gets the cover. Now Cello's going to try and do some work from the ramp room. He does a ton of damage, goes down to 46 himself, and will retreat off of it. But I would say that's mission accomplished, damage done, information gained, and now MIBR are aware of the fact that the Party Astronauts are moving their way into ramp room here. Ben Leet could also gain some space himself into mini, maybe catch off one player. Decides to settle himself down in big garage, but Woody spots out DJ, and Turtle finds Ben. It's all going the way of MIBR. In fact, Pwn gets one response, but it's a 4v1. The Party Astronauts, with all that space gained into ramp room, decide to try to move to the A site and get punished at every single turn.
Yeah, they're trying to gain space, but it is not working at all. Party Astronauts now have PwnAlone on an op with 35 seconds to kill to try and stay alive, plus however long it is before that timer runs into the next half. But PwnAlone will do what he can to stay alive and salvage this round, at the very least salvage the op for the Party Astronauts. It's not been good for them, though. And this just continues the spiral of pain and suffering. A backstab could come through as well. That's Jota down towards Secret. Nova on A. Exits waiting just behind the second vents. Time, it's ticking. It's running out. PwnAlone has to hope and cross his fingers, toes, eyes, arms, legs, and everything. He will manage to make his way out alive with the op in hand. But it's small consolation. A small boon for PA. They're down by 9.
Yeah. I think Pwn's lucky that the money wasn't that great for MIBR, because if it was better, I'm sure after time runs out that exit peeks around the corner and spots him out. But yeah, look, at least they saved the off. Like you said, it's just one good thing out of a round that went awry in every other way. DJ's going to try and spam down Jota, and does. Okay, that's an M4 upgrade. Now they're going to continue their trek down towards Mini. Woody dropping DJ, but does get traded up by Jonji. So the pistols doing work here for the Party Astronauts. Thing is, health is not that great for Jonji, down to 12, and both Ben and Viz do not have body armor. So you have the man advantage, but quite a few soft players here. Oh, I thought it was the Deagle that got that, but in fact, the Tech 9 of Viz takes down Turtle. Now they're going to drop right into the vents, a free and clear B site, and the Party Astronauts not saying quit on this match.
No, they're not. They're going to do whatever they can to battle this one back. If they can get 5 rounds out of this half, I'm sure they'd be very happy with it, and a pistol round could spur them on to more. That timer is going to be ticking. You mentioned how low the economy was for MIBR in the last round. That might just trigger a save call from them now. Exit sitting out towards lobby, and Cello's working around towards silo. There's no urgency for the CT side. They are saving. This is the call right now from MIBR, and it's going to be a pistol round victory for Party Astronauts, a half-by win. And perhaps there might be a little something smoldering still in the ashes of this this Party Astronauts fire. Exit will get one on the exit. But is on the hunt. He's got a Tech 9, and he's mowed down another. He'll upgrade himself to a gun? No, he won't. He won't. Okay, there you will. He will get the gun towards garage. So it won't be a Tech 9 for the next round. Just Tech 9, I should say. He gets the M4 in hand. And a critical second on the board for PA. And with the buy not being good for MIBR, this now becomes a situation where Party Astronauts can flip the tide and get this to a 10-5. They can reset MIBR here, give themselves an easy 4th. And if they win that 5th, that's where they can turn this one around and be able to have a chance to win this nuke. But that nade, the spray outside, it's obliterating the players walking out here. And it just seems that Made in Brazil can do whatever they need to counter Party Astronauts, who can do everything theoretically right and still do it all wrong.
I mean, Jota has just been really difficult for them to deal with. Usually Party Astronauts are able to get that under control a little bit easier, but Jota's been reading them well and has been doing a good job not only of staying alive there, but getting the frags early on. Woody, is going to try and tag someone with his scout. He was very effective with that over on Dust 2 when the MIBR made their run at the comeback. And now he's just going to hide behind cover, reload, go for another peek, more than likely. Here comes the utility from the Party Astronauts. They will isolate Mini quite well, but it's Jota again, his second frag on the round, and Woody tags Pwn. Oh no, Party Astronauts are walking into the spider's web, and Woody drops Pwn. Turtle gets Jonji. It's all up to Ben. Another 4v1 as the Party Astronauts, even in a round where they had that slight edge in terms of hardware, they still go down, and Cello through the wall connects on Ben's head. 11-2 for MIBR.
Timeout again for Party Astronauts, their 3rd of 4, and it comes at the very tail end of a half, which has been the most difficult for them in this series so far. Again, just 2 rounds to the Party Astronauts and 11 to Made in Brazil. Opt for PwnAlone. He'll have a couple bits of utility as well. A full belt and a Tech 9. AKs for Viz and Jonji. Ben and DJ most likely limited to Mac 10s, Deagles, or Galils. DJ will opt for the Deagle. But right now it seems the road is running in the short end of the stick for Party Astronauts. They are running out of room, margin for error, and momentum is back in the hands of Made in Brazil. Seems that the small little glimmer of hope for the Party Astronauts has gone behind the clouds. Made in Brazil are postured and poised, ready for this victory. The reverse sweep against Party Astronauts, taking 2 of their opponent's best maps. I mean, when you look at this veto and you see Dust 2, Inferno, and Nuke, which map do you expect Made in Brazil to have the best chance of winning on?
Dust 2.
Exactly. Certainly not Inferno, or certainly not Nuke. I would say Inferno more so than Nuke.
Yeah. Inferno, they've been a strong Inferno team for quite some time. As we alluded to, the stats over the last 3 months are misleading. But Nuke, yeah, definitely for me, I'd favor Party Astronauts. Look, it's not over yet, but if Party Astronauts are held off the scoreboard for the last 2 rounds, then you start just kind of maybe writing this one off if you're them.
Yeah.
Because 13-2 is just, oof,
I'd even say 12-3 is pretty much curtains.
Yeah, you're right. I think 4 rounds is a necessity for the Party Astronauts to come back into this one.
And even that's not going to be an easy time. It's still going to be very difficult. And the way that MIBR have been playing, especially on Inferno and carrying that over into Nuke, it seems that even if you do get those 4 rounds, it's going to be incredibly hard to get through MIBR, who just seem to be getting better with every single moment, every single round. The individuals are striking not quite there on that pixel shot from Woody, but it still forces these Party Astronauts players away. They now know the option towards
How much time?
Yeah, the time.
Sorry.
How is the time so far gone? Yeah, you get that opening kill, but here comes Jota, who's still being a menace over towards B, and so is Cello. This is a great dynamic duo right now for MIBR on the B site between Jota and Cello. Exits come through as well. Turtle has some vent kills. It's all down to DJ in a 1v2, but the time, again, as you mentioned, so far gone. Exit will not allow DJ to exit the vents alive. 12-2. The money for Party Astronauts shattered again. 13-2 looking very likely for MIBR. And it's just been a masterclass performance from on the CT side of Nuke.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable here for MIBR as PA is going to use, I think, their last time out of the map here. Their fourth coming through and just trying to talk things over and find something. But 12-2 is already really bad news for them in this half. That last round, they just stalled out at mid. Out of yard, excuse me. I mean, they just stalled out and they couldn't, or just decided not to move up. I don't know what was going on. They couldn't commit themselves, right?
Yeah, no, I feel like a lack of decisiveness has been a major problem for Party Astronauts. They get an idea of what they want to do, but when they actually have to do it, they stall out, they second guess themselves, they're not crisp, they're not clean, they're not confident when they make their moves. And it's also led to more slow play overall as they continue to second guess themselves, and it just continues to make things worse and worse for them. It's a very, very vicious cycle that a lot of teams can fall into. It's going to be a default smoke wall outside, too. And up close and personal, Woody's going to have a lot to say about it. He's in a good spot to shut this down, especially if they don't clear him. But he's actually gone in towards Mini. A little unfortunate. I was thinking he has the whole read there. He could easily get a couple of kills, but he's going to play a more passive angle. Doesn't want to give anything up for free. And actually, the way with the hut mollies coming through, it might just be a mini wrap coming in from PA. Jota's still out towards credit cards, too. Turtle's very aggressive towards Squeaky. Yeah, there's a couple of players going down towards B. Maybe that's going to be the signal to rotate down. But it still seems that, despite Party Astronauts having some bit of advantage, at least getting those players down secret, what happens outside? Woody gets the opener. Bomb is going to go down, but look at the health on Janji. Yeah. And 4-3 retake, it's still very possible for MIBR.
Yeah, very much so. Viz trying to go for an aggressive peek here towards ramp, or maybe just setting himself up in a position that Cello might not expect once he decides to go for this retake. Viz, yeah, he's in a good spot. Could get one. There it is. Won't get the second, though. Jota takes him down. And that's still the man advantage here for MIBR. Bentley trying to do the damage, finds one. No second as well for him. Exit goes on through Janji, last one standing. Good Molotov tossed. Is it enough? No. Bomb defused. 13-2 in favor of MIBR as we head to the second half.
till the end. And if you wanna get up, I guess you better wake up. Forget you ever gave up when you lost control. Forget you ever gave up when you lost control. Forget you ever gave up when you lost control.
All right, we're back, guys, and wow, what a first half by MIBR, 13-2 in their favor. Party Astronauts just couldn't pierce the defense that MIBR was putting up. Maybe they can put up a stalwart defense of their own, though, here on their CT side and get back into this match, but it is going to be an extremely tall hill to climb, taller than the Party Astronauts are used to, and, well, Chell is just going to jump down there and take down Pwn. Then Jota finds Janji. Oh, this is just the opposite of what Party Astronauts could have been hoping for. DJ's still alive, he gets 2, but that's it. Woody ends him 14-2 for MIBR, who seem to be in a hurry to end this one.
Yeah, MIBR are really ready to punch their ticket and get this win done and dusted. They have a full week of Challenger League action, don't they? I believe they're playing at least the next 2 days as well.
Oh, yeah.
So they probably want to be as rested as possible down the stretch, because this win here gives them pole position for first place in the group. Their destiny's in their hands now. And yeah, I'm talking about this as it's over. I think it is. MIBR just rushing in towards the A site. PwnAlone's Mag 7, unable to come up with anything. DJ tries the PwnAlone magic, and he will manage 1. He'll dance around the silos hoping for a second victim. He'll get 2. But I don't think there's any more heroics to come from the Party Astronauts in this round. It is looking grim for them.
Well,
Oh wait, he's on complexity.
well, Ben gets the rare Deagle inspect animation. Maybe that's a sign of a victory for him to come through. He does have the high ground. And, well, that doesn't mean anything. Jota just takes out Ben with a nicely placed shot from the AK, and that will mean it's 15-2 series point for MIBR and 13 opportunities to close this one out. Ever since they settled in on Dust 2, right, MIBR, and almost made that comeback to victory, they've looked quite strong. There were a couple of early mistakes on Inferno, but afterwards, just smooth sailing all the way up until this point. Party Astronauts forcing up whatever they can get. It's going to be 3 swag 7s. Okay, sure. Why not? Instead of going for the MP9s, they go for the shotguns. Woody takes the head off of Viz, and this one might be over right here, Austin.
Yeah, they're going to rotate down towards B, but the long-range duel outside of Squeaky Door, Decontamination Door, is going to be favoring the AK quite heavily. The 5-7 to Janji. That's great, though. And Jota gets rushed on, but Janji's got the trade. Still 3v3, 3v2 now in the favor of the Party Astronauts, but exit will make this a little more likely. Molotov in towards heaven as well. Bomb can go down. It's going to go down front silos. Both Janji and PwnAlone have AKs. Janji at 46 HP, PwnAlone at 65. Woody tucks in towards Tetris, spots Janji coming through the smoke. Nothing doing there for Janji. It's all down to one lone PwnAlone, and he is exited from the map and the match by exit. And that will be all she wrote for PA in this one. A good Dust 2, but that's about it.
That is by far the worst loss that the Party Astronauts have suffered on Nuke over the last maybe even 6 months.